When it comes to Apple, most people focus on the flashy stuff. The pro models, the cutting-edge features, and the headline-grabbing innovations. But there's another side to Apple's strategy that often gets overlooked: the budget iPhone. And now, all eyes are slowly turning toward the upcoming iPhone 18e. At first glance, this phone might not seem very exciting. In fact, based on the latest leaks and rumors, it might actually be one of the least ambitious iPhones Apple has released in years. But here's the interesting part: that might be exactly the point. Let's break it down. The E series is essentially Apple's modern version of the old iPhone SE lineup. It's designed for people who want a new iPhone, but don't want to spend flagship-level money. And unlike Android brands that offer dozens of budget and mid-range options, Apple keeps things very simple. There's basically one affordable door into the ecosystem, and that's the E model. Now, the upcoming iPhone 18e is expected to be the third generation in this lineup. But according to recent leaks, Apple may not be planning any major upgrades this time around. In fact, the design and overall hardware could remain almost identical to the previous model. And yes, that sounds disappointing. But it also makes sense when you look at Apple's pattern. The iPhone 17e was actually a pretty significant upgrade compared to the 16e. It introduced a faster A19 chip, improved durability with ceramic shield, added MagSafe support, and even brought better connectivity with Apple's new modem. On top of that, Apple doubled the base storage while keeping the price the same. That's a big deal. So instead of upgrading the device every single year, Apple seems to be following a 2-year cycle for meaningful changes. Which means the iPhone 18e might just be a refinement, not a revolution. Now let's talk about what stays the same. The display is expected to remain a 6.1-inch OLED panel. That's not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, many users prefer this size because it strikes a balance between usability and screen space. Not everyone wants a giant phone. Some people actually prefer something compact and easy to handle. And in today's market, those options are becoming rare, so keeping the same size could actually be a smart move. But here's where things get a bit frustrating. The refresh rate is still expected to be 60 Hz. And in 2027, that's going to feel outdated. Most Android phones, even in the mid-range, already offer 90 Hz or 120 Hz displays. So sticking with 60 Hz might not sit well with a lot of users. Even if Apple's optimization makes it feel smoother, it's still a limitation on paper. Now let's talk about performance. The iPhone 18e will almost certainly come with a new chipset. That's standard for Apple. Each new generation gets a performance boost, even if everything else stays the same. So users can expect smooth performance, good efficiency, and long-term software support. But beyond that, don't expect major hardware changes. The camera system is likely to remain similar. No extra lenses, no major sensor upgrades, just small software improvements. And honestly, that's typical for Apple's budget lineup. The goal here isn't to compete with flagship cameras. It's to deliver a reliable, consistent experience. Battery life is another area where expectations should be realistic. There might be a slight improvement, but nothing groundbreaking. Especially when you compare it to some Android competitors that are pushing massive battery capacities. Still, Apple usually focuses more on efficiency than raw numbers. So real-world performance could still be decent. Now here's something interesting. Despite being a budget model, the iPhone 16e actually performed quite well in the market. Reports suggest it accounted for around 9% of all iPhone sales in the US during 2025. That's slightly better than what the iPhone SE achieved when it launched, and significantly better than devices like the iPhone 13 mini, which struggled to gain traction. So clearly, there is demand for this kind of phone. A simple, affordable iPhone that gets the job done. And that brings us back to the iPhone 18e. Because maybe it's not supposed to be exciting. Maybe it's not supposed to push boundaries. Maybe its job is simply to exist as the most accessible iPhone, a reliable option for people who just want an iPhone. Nothing more, nothing less. Of course, there are things that could make it better. A 120 Hz display would be a huge upgrade. Better battery life would also be welcome. But realistically, those features are more likely to be reserved for higher-end models. And that's where Apple's strategy becomes clear. The company wants to keep the entry-level device simple, while pushing innovation toward its premium lineup, especially with bigger projects on the horizon, like foldable iPhones and next-generation Pro models. That's where Apple is focusing its energy. So if the iPhone 18e ends up being a minor upgrade, it won't be a surprise. It will just be another step in a carefully planned strategy. And for many users, that might actually be enough, because not everyone needs the latest and greatest features. Some people just want a phone that works. And in that sense, the iPhone 18e might do its job perfectly. Even if that job is putting in the absolute minimum effort.